Hey, welcome to Momentarily Speaking with me, Isha Anavaz. On this channel, we're going to focus on self-care, nutrition, and mindset growth. We will feel well, move well, and live well on this channel. Let's build a stronger, more intentional us, one moment at a time. Thank you for watching. Hey friends, thank you for joining me here at Momentarily Speaking. If you're new here, my name is Isha Anavaz. And on this channel, we talk all things metabolic health because we want to be able to extend our longevity and our life so we can spend time with family and friends. I am going to talk to you today about titrating down to 5 milligrams on Zepbound, Tirzepatide. If you're new here, I have been on a GLP-1 since May of 2025, and I have lost, as of today, 32 pounds on the GLP-1. And this journey has been one of a lot of patience, one of a lot of knowledge and understanding how my metabolic health is and how I can daily change my habits in movement, in living, in eating, to feel the right foods into my body. And I cannot tell you how this medication has changed me in so many ways. I decided last month that I was going to titrate down from 7.5 milligrams of Tirzepatide Zepbound down to 5 milligrams. And so I want to talk to you today about how that experience is going for me so far and where I'm heading, the strategy that I'm going to be taking as I titrate down. The goal is that I want to lose the next 20 pounds. I want to lose them at the lowest dose possible. But I also do not want to jeopardize my weight loss by not being strategic about it. If you know me, I seem to always want everything like fast right now. And at the beginning of this journey, it was very slow compared to what I was seeing with other content creators. And come to find out that you want to lose slow. You want to be able to take the opportunity of learning as you go and monitoring your health via a DEXA scan, via your composition scale, via your blood testing. And that's what I've been doing. And so I titrated down to 5 milligrams. And the first week, you guys, first of all, was very melancholy. I am usually a very upbeat type of individual. I was feeling sluggish, not myself. And which was weird to me because I thought that going down a dose, the dose is not as high. And I definitely did experience side effects. Not only did I experience side effects, the food noise came back. And the first week I went from 168 to 172.6. And that scared me a little bit because I was like, oh no, I'm going back to my old self, or, like that came up. And so what I did the second week of taking the 5 milligrams, I just started not forcing myself through the melancholy feeling, but more like, okay, you know what? I gotta do things. I gotta get up and I gotta do what I need to do. I even made a video, a very short video, it was a Sunday. I was almost in bed all day, and that wasn't me. And I made a video because it was like live in the moment, and I was going through that, and basically I was like, no, you got to get up and you got to move and you got to do your strength training, because that got me off the funk. So happy to say that it's been almost 4 weeks of 5 milligrams, and I am at 166.6. I am not scared of being in the 5 milligrams. I do want to talk to my healthcare provider about possibly extending the medication. When I say extending, meaning instead of taking it every week, taking it maybe every other week or once a month, depending on how I continue as I go. I haven't made the full decision, but I'm definitely gonna let you know once I make the decision of what I'm gonna do next. Again, my goal is to lose the next 20 pounds that I have, and maintain my weight at the lowest dose. I am concentrating on really focusing on strength training, and I have added a couple of exercises that are going to help me with my visceral fat. If you're new here, I am big on the visceral fat factor. I don't want to have any visceral fat at the end of my journey. I really want to get that to zero. And I recently did a DEXA scan and found out that I have 3.7 pounds of visceral fat. And that visceral fat, if you don't know what that is the most dangerous fat, because it is the fat that accumulates around your organs. And why is that very important? Is because that's the fat that creates inflammation, which leads to heart disease and dementia and all of the metabolic dysfunctional things that can happen inside your body. And because I want to be metabolically healthy, I made the decision to focus on the visceral fat component of my body. And I also made the decision to go whole foods. And I basically am eating, you guys, almost every day I'm eating the same thing. My breakfasts they do not look the same. Like I have eggs, of course, most of the time for breakfast, but because I've been focusing on my visceral fat, I'm eating like meat in the morning. And when I say meats, I mean like salmon and chicken, and I'll have a boiled egg or two, depending. I have lots of yogurts and lots of berries, and I have apples for snacks. And I'm tracking that because I really do want to lose this visceral fat. And my goal is that I can do a DEXA scan in 3 months and show you the difference, so it can be encouraging for you if that's something that you're interested in. I continue to do my 10,000 steps a day. That the first week that I started going on the 5 milligram, I was so tired, you guys. I was exhausted, very fatigued. I'm not as fatigued anymore, and the food noise has been controlled. But also I have this trick that I'm doing with food noise. So with food noise, what I've realized is, for me, I need to have protein available. And when I say protein, I mean like a can of tuna. When it's very heavy, like the food noise is very heavy. And I'm basically living off of, when that happens, I started learning how to create energy balls to have something around that I can have as a snack. I have berries, I have blueberries everywhere, and yogurt. And then there are times when it's really, really heavy, when it's really bothering me. And I'll literally go really quick to the store and get a $13 steak and just put some salt and pepper on that thing and butter, and I cook it and I eat that whole entire thing. Because I'm really, really concentrating and making sure that I don't let the food noise win, that I train my mind and myself to know that I can do this, that I can say what I want to put in my body. With the GLP-1, it works. It works I've said this before, it works the day 1 through the 4th, it's good for me, man. But day 5, 6, and 7, it is a pain. And it's even more painful whenever it's the week before my menstrual cycle. Oh my gosh, like the food noise is real. And then it subsides. And so I'm working on practicing habits. And they're not big habits, they're just little habits that tell me, okay, there's nothing wrong with hunger. Like, I've learned that I'm not scared of hunger anymore. I've accepted it as this little kid telling me, hey, I need something because my body is insulin resistant. And so my instant answer to that, my response to that is like, okay, I understand you're insulin resistant right now. That's why you are wanting something. But I'm going to give you something that's going to make you insulin sensitive. And having protein immediately activates your natural GLP-1 in your body. And not only does it activate it, but it also allows for you to burn fat and instead of storing it. And it also helps you to build muscle. That's why it's important. There's a lot of videos out there, and I think it's pretty cool of people like putting down, how much protein they have a day. For me, my goal is 100 grams of protein every day. I don't, every time I eat is 30 grams. That's just how my doctor taught me, and that's what I've been doing. I don't do anything like, 150 or 180 or whatever. No, I just do 100 grams. But there are days when I do more than 100 grams because I am hungry. So when I'm hungry, I immediately go to the protein because my goal is to keep my muscle and my bones. And so I do a lot of dancing and walking, and I jump in place for my bone density. And I have my own little gym that I invested on here in the apartment. So that's what I'm doing. And going forward, what I'm going to try to do is extend, like I said. So I'm not ready to talk about that yet because I'm not sure how that's going to look. But I will definitely be keeping you posted on my titrating down journey. And I just want to thank you for being there for me, for those of you who comment, those of you who are starting the conversations. And I wouldn't be here without you. And I want to tell you, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. And just remember, however your life looks like right now, whatever you're going through, just know that you can start today. Love you. God bless you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.